Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Spike, and in today's video we're going to go for a spin around Spa in some classic cars from the 60s and 70s here in Assetto Corsa. So a while ago I made a video on my favourite car mods in AC. In that video I mentioned the Assetto Corsa Legends Pack and the Touring Car Legends Pack, and what I've done here is created a field of cars using cars from those two car mod packs and from the World Supercar 60s and Grand Tourer 60s, two other packs that I didn't specifically mention in that video that are also awesome. And it gives you such a vast list of cars across those four packs that you can create an awesome race here. So I've picked basically my favourite selections from those car packs, and I put them together for a race with 30 odd cars on the grid, and I'll run through some of the cars we've got on the field. So we've got an old school Capri from the 1970s, we've got the broad speed Jaguar that was made in the late 70s or mid to late 70s to compete with that. We've got some awesome cars from the 60s, a Jaguar Mark II, sticking to the Jaguar theme for a second. We've got some Porsche Carreras, a mixture of old Ferraris, a 250 GTO. We've got some Chaparral machinery, the 2F and the 2D, so we'll see that car with the crazy one with the wing that kind of rotates. We've got an XJ13, we've got some Mustangs, a Lotus Elan on there, an old little Mini Cooper that's going to be trundling around as well, trying to keep up with some of the more meaty cars on the grid, an MGB, one of my favourite cars, one of the reasons I got into sim racing. So yeah, just an awesome field of cars. A few of them I've not seen before, like on track, so and a few of them I'm not familiar with at all, so I've put in a few kind of wild cards as well. So I'll do my best to point out the cars as we go around the track, but I might make some mistakes. Take it all with a grain of salt. There might be some more educated people on this era of motorsport than I, so feel free to get in the comments and point out any mistakes you notice. But for me, I'm going to be going out on track in a Ferrari Dyno. This is a little kind of Ferrari with really long gears. I guess it was built for Le Mans because it's got crazy long gears which are designed for, or what feel like they're designed for, a massive straight, so it has to be a Le Mans car. I've not done the history research there, but if I go to the second page we can see it's Ferrari Dyno 206S. Just a cool, and the reason I like this car is because of the visibility. With the kind of glass cockpit, you get a really nice view around what's happening on track around you. Gives you that peripheral vision. We've also got, on the Ferrari theme for a second, an F330 P3, and I think the F330 P4 maybe featured in an old Forza game, and again it was a really cool car. You didn't get in those old Forza games many selections from this period in particular, so to have that car in an old game, it's one that brings back good memories of getting through the old school Forza career modes when it was in its heyday back in the 2010s, I guess early 2010s but late 2000s as well. Forza 3, Forza 4 that time. So yeah, I guess this is probably enough chaff from me. What I'm going to do is get on with the race. I'm going to throw in some off-boards as well so you can see all the car models, and I'll, again, as we go around, I'll try and point out some of the cars as best I can. But without further ado, let's get on the track and let's enjoy this one. I'm excited. Alright, we're all set here in the dyno. I've gone for a minimal HUD for this one for maximum immersion. All we've got is the lap counter up top. Now with some of the slower traffic on the grid, there is going to be probably a bit of slow traffic in the source on that first lap, so we'll be careful getting onto the brakes around here. It looks like the Mini's already retired, so stalling off the start line, which is a shame. Got the Merc to my left. This is Austin Healey, I think, and then we've got the MGB, one of my favourite cars ever. Such an awesome little sports car, and you see the MGs of today, or the modern MGs, and they're just shameful. Everything looks like a Renault Kadjar nowadays, just with different badges, but that is a proper MG. That it's a shame it's in the mirrors already. Nice black and pink livery. I think that's an Austin Healey. And then we've got the Lotus Elan. I think this is on the left coming up. I'm just going to be careful with the traffic up the road. It's a couple of Minis on the track, so still got a Mini in the running here, which is nice. So we can tuck in on this curb here. Trying to make contact here with the number 5 Mini Cooper. And yeah, we're running a 1980s layout here at Spa. Now you can download the 1960s one, which is quite different. It uses a lot more of the kind of countryside roads around this area of Belgium. But I also find this kind of era of Spa is my favourite, and you know what, I'm here for a good time, so sod the historical accuracy for a minute. It's also much harder, that street circuit, very narrow roads, long straights, heavy braking zones that are hard to judge, so partly is I feel like I stand a better chance of working through this grid here. So up the road there we've got a little Alpine. I made a video on the A110 when it arrived in Racing, the A110 Cup car. So yeah, the guy behind Alpine was a chap named Jean Redelet, I believe, and his father was a Renault dealership owner, and there was a fire, I think, at the dealership he owned, and then eventually it ended up with Jean Redelet, who started rallying Renault cars. And you know, Renault had a history of motorsport prior to that, you know, dating back to the early 1900s. I believe one of the Renault brothers, I think there were 3 brothers originally, and I believe one of them was actually killed in a point-to-point race. But yeah, Jean Redelet, yeah, ended up working with an Italian designer, I believe, to develop some of those Alpine rally cars, and then ended up selling them under the Renault badge. Got a lovely Jag Mark II here in the Golf livery. It's a super nice looking car, that. Oh, it's a shame it's lost some paintwork there, so have I. Bit of contact. I'm not sure what's behind me here, but that's the Alpine. Get past the Jag down. We've got a bit of open air heading down to Rouge. So I think it's best to lift, maybe a bit of a dab on the brakes, get some weight in the front end, down to 3rd gear and up the hill with a fair amount of pull in that 3rd gear. And yeah, I love all the old advertisement boards here at Spa, Marlboro, Foster's. I'm not 100% sure what I'm looking at here. Maybe that's a TVR Griffith? I don't know, TVR maybe. I think so. Ooh. I won't lie to you, the Porsche 904 or whatever, 903, 906, it looks similar to the 330s. I think this is a Porsche, but it could well be a Ferrari. Oh, please don't hate on me. Well, maybe this is the Lotus. Yeah, I was wrong on the Lotus as well, because that there is the Lotus. Maybe I was wrong on the TVR and all. Then we've got the big blocky Mercedes AMG ahead of that. Ooh. I'm caught up here in the traffic. Maserati, is that? A little Alfa Romeo maybe? Looks Italian to me. See if we can get up the inside here. Yeah, lovely little Lotus, that. And then up past the Mercedes as well. So the more I play AC, the more I'm convinced that this is the best offline racing you can get. Because you can take these car fields and you can make custom championships from them. Have a really good time. I've done that before. And people critique the AI here a fair bit. And it does have its moments, but I think it's good enough to have enjoyable racing experiences. Looking at the back of an old Carrera down the road. Hopefully we'll get that on Kemmel. Can't see what's beyond that right now. It's close. Trying to keep it together there. Up the hill, Radeon. So we can get up the left hand side here of the Porsche. Ooh, tyre marks coming out the car ahead. Oh, this is a bit of a wild card entry actually. This, I think, is a Ford Capri. Yeah, it's an old Capri. I think this could be, yeah, 70s, 80s Ford, this actually. So this is the only car in this grid that's not from any of the packs that I mentioned in the intro. This is actually from an Australian touring car mod. Featured in the last video actually. But yeah, super cool. I love the old Capri. I think modern Capris, if you've seen what a Capri looks like now versus what a Ford Capri should be, which is what we're looking at. Yeah, so not far off a crime against humanity, the modern Capri. I'll put a picture on screen because they've just lost all the quality. Again, everything looks like a Renault Kadjar with a different badge. Family SUV is full of plastic. Massive curbs here in this layout of Spa. So this is a Shelby Mustang, I think. Well, it looks like the Broadspeed Jag is just up the road as well. I'd love to try and get a closer look at that if we've got time. We've got a couple of laps to do it. Try to stay focused here, not go into the back of this car though. Come on. So it's a bit slow out of the corners, this Ferrari. It's the long gears. Come back under the Shelby there. And that is a silk cut Broadspeed Jag there, getting caught up behind a Corvette Spider, I believe. Oh. AI struggling with Lassource a little bit, finding that barrier on more than one occasion. Oh, so we've got 3 laps left. This is lap 4, so the leaders are on lap 4 when I last checked. Still behind this car, Jesus. Come on, move, move, move. Oh. Bit of a panel rub there. Gotta leave some room on the inside. I think we're through there. So this car is one of my favourites. I keep saying that about cars, the MG MGB, but this Broadspeed Jag is just gorgeous. And I spoke about this one quite a bit before as well on the channel. Yeah, absolutely glorious car this. Looks awesome in the silk cut livery here as well. Hopefully I can cut in some offboards so we can get a proper gorp. But yeah, this was it. It was actually quite an unsuccessful touring car of the 1970s. Struggled with weight. Being built from a luxury saloon probably didn't help with that. But yeah, suffered with brake failures and issues. of that nature. Tyres wearing through under the mass. And yeah, just past a Corvette as well. So there's loads of nice little variations in these car mods. So you can get like the classic sort of tin tops, but then you also get with a few cars I guess the Spider equivalent. So it just keeps things mixed up. You can get such a varied field out of all these cars. It's super cool. So the leader's on the penultimate lap now. We're just overshooting into the bus stop a little bit, but we've managed to correct it back onto the line we need. We've got quite a bit of clean air now, so hopefully we'll get to see some more cars in this one, but have to see how we go. It's looking quite empty, the road ahead. Got 2 laps to try and close the gap to whatever's heading up the hill just now. Ooh. Just about keeping it together there. And I guess if you're still watching, then you're enjoying the race, and it's a good time to plug the channel. I'm heading towards 750 subscribers. At 1,000 subscribers I can start to put ads on this content. Maybe make a little pocket change in the process. Although that's not the primary reason I set out on this escapade here with the channel. Just here for the good times. I think the only thing that's missing from my rig right now is like a smell emitter. Is that a thing? I want some like 2-stroke scent pumped in my face. Some petrol. I want it to smell like the Asda garage, please. Maybe some motion as well, but it looks a bit pricey, all of that. And I'll put all the, as usual, if you want to see the setup, all of that stuff's in the description. But I can run through that now as we close in on the Shelby Cobra. You can now see what it is. But yeah, Moza R16 CRP2 pedals, which I'm going to try and invert over the next couple of weeks. Got myself a little button box as well, and the Thrustmaster H-pattern shifter, the I want to say TH8A, the big brush steeled one. Shelby Cobra, looking lovely. You can still hear it there, hovering about. Whoa. Bit of contact with the Shelby. So we can get past it on this last lap. Italy versus the US in Belgium. The last lap showdown here at Spa. Can we get past this one more car? Let's see if we can do it. Come on, push, push, push. And yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but one of the other nice details with this car mod is the driver skins as well. They're updated, so you get sort of era correct driver models. Just a small detail that adds a touch of quality again to these cars. But yeah, Blanchimont wasn't the place to try and get a safe move done on this car ahead. As I've learned in my recent LMU journey, Blanchimont can be a perilous place, but I think we've just got it done there. don't think we'll have time to catch what's up the road, but if we can get close enough, we might be able to see it at least. Oh, I don't know. It's Ferrari. I want to say it's the 250 GTO, but I might be wrong there. How many cars have I misnamed in this video? I reckon the 1970s Assetto Corsa Legends cars will be the most dominant in this field. Maybe the Chaparrals as well if they can get through the traffic. But yeah, I didn't have a qualifying session in this one, so cars just kind of started in random spots on the grid. So traffic might have held up some of the favourites, if you will. We started in P30. It'll be interesting to see where we cross the line. Come on. There is time, there is time. We've got Longchamp and then the bus stop to see if we can stick a move here. We're quite a way back though. Try and carry the speed so we can get alongside before the bus stop. I don't think we're going to do it safely. Oh, big lock up, and I think that could be it. I don't know. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Push. Go, go, go. It's going to be neck and neck this. P10s, we made the top 10. I think we just did it. Woo. Thoroughly enjoyed that. 6 laps over in a flash, and yeah, some awesome cars out on track. Okay, so results wise, we had the Chaparral take P1 that I'm not surprised with. We got a Ferrari F330 P3 and P2, and then the 1970s Ford Capri coming out to finish off the podium. We're down here in P10. We managed just to pip the 250 GTO that finished in P11 here. The Chevy Cobra we passed earlier on, and that Broadspeed Jaguar that I pointed out as we went past it as well. Got some other cars on this last page. Unfortunately, the Mini Cooper DNF'd. I think it stalled off the line at the start of the race. The MGB GT was the last car running to actually finish. We got the Alpine A210 there in P25 to round out the top 25. We saw the Austin Healey. We saw the Jag E-Type. This is the low weight one I think we saw earlier in the race. I think that's the one maybe I misnamed, but I can't remember off the top of my head. The TVR Griffith came in P21. But this is what sim racing is all about. It's about picking a selection of cars that you think are cool, and it's about sitting in the rig and having 20 minutes, half an hour of just unbridled joy in some of these cars. I mean, I thought that was really fun. I had a great time, and if you enjoyed watching, I would highly recommend going down into the description and having a look at these car mods for yourself, because they are, as I say and keep saying, they're huge fun, and there's so many. This is just a kind of a hand-picked selection. I guess that there's people with different tastes that would have picked different cars, and you might be one of those people. So yeah, go and have a look, go and poke around, see what you can see there. There's again just a massive list of cars there in different variations. We talked about the Spider variants. We've got the Corvette Spider somewhere in here. I can't remember exactly where that is, but somewhere we passed that Corvette. I can't remember where that was, to be honest, but yeah, just awesome. This is awesome, and I can't recommend it enough. If you enjoyed the video, then do consider dropping it a thumbs up and maybe subscribing to the channel. Help me get towards that 750 and maybe that 1k at some point in life. I don't know. Whenever it happens, it happens. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you no doubt in the next one.